Hey folks, welcome to PackersNews.com. I'm Ryan Wood alongside my colleague Jim Owczarski. Jim, it's the Wednesday of game week, right. Thursday of your calendar, with the Packers playing Monday night against San Francisco. So our first real look at who's available this week. Non-padded practice, but what did you see out there?
Yeah, something a little different than what the head coach maybe thought would happen. Earlier in the morning, Mike McCarthy says Geronimo Allison, Randall Cobb, part of the rehab group. Well, perhaps rehab included full team drills and some route running. Aaron Rodgers didn't practice, keeping with his routine, but Allison is out of concussion protocol, but he's dealing with a hamstring, Cobb's hamstring. Definitely a positive sign for the two starters to be participating to this degree. Thursday will obviously be a bigger measure or test, fully pads and with the starting quarterback. But since those two have been out, that's opened the door for a couple of the young guys, and one in particular who's really sort of emerged the last few weeks.
You're right, and what's going to be interesting is what happens, what it becomes of Marquez Valdes-Scantling, and even rookie Equanimeous St. Brown, both of whom had pretty good showings for themselves production-wise in Detroit. Once the veterans come back, and if recent history this season is any indicator, the Packers have leaned very heavily on Davante Adams, Randall Cobb, and Geronimo Allison. That's been their core. Of the rookies, Marquez Valdes-Scantling has at times, if they needed a fourth receiver, found the field, but it's not a lot of times that the Packers go four receiver sets. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how this team, this offense balances leaning on the veterans because they're your playmakers, but also you develop by playing.
Right.
And to get out on the field for those young guys is the greatest. You look at, especially Marquez Valdes-Scantling, the past two games has had kind of rookie blunders. He's had games where he didn't come back to the ball and almost gave his pick six to Aaron Rodgers, came back and had a 38-yard reception against the Bills, didn't get his feet in bounds in Detroit 3 or 4 times. After that, he gets his feet down over and over and over on sideline routes. So playing is the greatest lesson and the greatest teacher that these guys can have. So it'll be interesting to see how they balance that going forward.
Right, and of course, if you want to know that, download the PackersNews.com app, subscribe. For Ryan, I'm Jim. See you next time.